My name is Mickie Choi. That's my American name, but my Korean name is Miguel, Choi Miguel. 목사님, they call me. I was born in Korea, right 5 days after the Korean War broke out. So you can probably calculate my age. I have been raised and finished my college in Korea. And then I came to the United States right after for graduate work. Even though overall economics, everything was very difficult and hard, and I was raised by good family and parents, so always I was forced to strive. I was not born as a Christian. I mean, even though my family, they had a Christian background, my father was chemist and scientist, and he believed in human beings' power. I mean, humanist perspective, even though he did not deny God. After I came to this country, United States, with the dream that I would become a Madame Curie. I was a chemist, and I finished my Ph.D. in the United States. But anyway, in those wilderness experience was really, gave me the opportunity to come to the Lord. I mean, when I was in Korea, I was somebody. I mean, wherever I go, people recognize me. But when I first came to the United States, especially the early 70s, I became nobody. And I had to really search for the true meaning of my life and why I'm here, who am I, that kind of basic question. God had a plan for me, and He worked in my life many times in a supernatural way, that I could deny the spiritual being who is God. So before that tragedy that I lost my husband, and as a victim of random crime, he was murdered in the street. By then, God already put the foundation that I had faith in me. God must have some purpose. It was 1989. He was a pharmacist. I mean, he and we met in college together, together as a chemistry lab. So we decided to come to the United States together to pursue our American dream. He graduated, he got a license, and we postponed our family until we kind of settled down. So finally, he become a pharmacist and work in Koreatown, one of the pharmacies there very early. He usually take opportunity to take some medication to the patient who cannot make because of their business hour, so that he could go out and have a fellowship with them and meal with them and make the chance to share his life story, how he met the Lord. And they need Jesus Christ, that kind of evangelistic, opportunity. And he was on the way down in Torrance, which is South Bay Area, about half an hour. And he delivered the medication with that particular couple. On the way back home, he had to fill the gas in his car. And so he dropped by, because it was a long way to, come home. And he dropped by the gas station. And after he filled it out, probably, he went to the restroom, the back of the building. And there somebody was waiting. I mean, usually the bathroom door is locked, but it was open, and he opened it. And nobody have seen that happen, but what I kind of speculate is that someone was there waiting for robbing, or and he was hit. Probably it was not shot, not gun, nothing like that. But later, when he was brought to the hospital, that his skull was all broken. Anyway, so he probably had to, toast his head on the wall or something. Something hit his head. Anyway, by the time, but he managed to come out to his car, and the attendant in the store saw he was spinning, and then he collapsed next to his car. So the attendant called the police and an ambulance. By the time he was transferred to the hospital, he was already brain dead. When I was doing ministry with raising two children on my own as a single mother, I always fear that if because of my vocation and ministry, my work, if my children really hate about their circumstance and situation, and we don't always have a mom with us when I come back from school, that kind of stuff. I try to intentionally to communicate as much as I can, and I try to communicate at best that I love them, care them. So my ministry is always secondary. Their caring and loving for them is a primary. However, because God has called me into the ministry, I always do my best. So balancing. So I think they got that message, I believe. In a way, God kind of exposed me through those kind of tragic incidents in my life. However, people watch me that how I kind of changed in my ministry, but for the glory of God, it turned out to be good. So that's again a grace of God, and in my part, I did my best to make the worst in my life the best in a way. So my name is Mickie Choi. This is my Korean American story.